What's good, everybody? Happy Sunday. It's NFL Week 2. And we're just getting started here on the Good Countdown. We're going to try and fly through these topics as fast as we can, because right after this, we're going to Syl Abdul's Twitch channel to chill and watch the first slate of games. And right now, we might be flying on a high from a little something we did last night that y'all will see very soon. But without further ado, let me bring in my very special good guest, my man, Syl Abdul. How
Good
we doing,
countdown.
bro?
This is dope right here, man. Let's go. Shout out to Peely in the chat, Sky, Necron. Let's go, man.
Go.
It's football time, yo.
It's football time. Appreciate all the homies being here.
Yeah.
Let's go. So how you doing, man? How we feeling today?
Man.
Are you rested after last night?
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. As soon as, what I'm saying, we did this little nice recording. It's going to come out real soon on my channel. But now I went right to sleep after that. Sundays, I'm always jacked, man. It's like it's football season. I'm always pumped. So I'm ready for this, man.
Yeah, dude. I when you were talking about and mentioning, I want to do a Sunday stream, I was like, oh yes, let's go. Because now I like to watch it with my peoples. I don't like to watch with people, but you know what I'm saying? If I can keep you at arm's length and every once in a while put you on mute, because I get way into it. Sometimes I can't listen to other people talk about my team. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same deal.
I'm gonna have some hot takes. Like, hey, I'm just saying, like, I make shit on every team, including my own, right? But so hey, go Bears down, the Bears. That's what we doing. But hey, I got some hot takes. I may take my most L's during football season, to be quite honest with you. This is when you want to see some L's from me. Yeah, follow me during football season.
Those are actual L's too.
Those
actual
are real L's, I'm gonna take.
Those aren't L's that we take as W's. Those are real L's. All right. So first quick topic. What do you like about football? And then more specifically, what do you like about the NFL?
Yeah, man. Like, as a child, my dad used to always, spend all Sunday watching football. And so, I kind of gravitated towards that at a young age. Mostly just paying attention to like Super Bowls, and things like that. And then really like during like the late 90s, it was just this whole resurgence. Like you had Michael Vick, you had like all kinds of people coming into the league, early 2000s. And so it was like, I felt like that was like my generation of football. You know what I'm saying? And so first it was just cool seeing a brother out there, like just running around and doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? So Michael Vick played a big part, you know what I'm saying, to me really being interested in football. And then from there, you know what I'm saying, I just really dove into it more. Started doing fantasy leagues, now doing FanDuel, losing money every week, so it's all good.
Yeah, that's that's the easiest way to get in too. With somebody who's like iconic brings you to the game because they're doing stuff that's you should see in a video game. Yeah, Mike Vick, that's a perfect example of just like crazy, dude. Just crazy highlight reel. I mean, every time I hear Mike Vick, I think of the commercial, and I'm sure everyone else does too. That
Mike Vick experience?
Yeah, dude. Yo, as soon as that commercial came out, I was like, yo, I want to go on that, dude.
Right, like, this is real? This is like a real
real? Did they build this? Is this for real? Yeah,
that changed the game, right? Like that brought in, like I said, just kids that wasn't even worried about football. Like he opened up. That was almost like the Allen Iverson effect, right? For basketball.
Yeah,
I think that's what Vic did for football, right? And so I was just like, man, this is exciting, right? Let's see what he does next, right? So yeah, that's what got me excited about it.
Yeah, and if you think about it, he kind of ushered in a new era for football as far as like, that playmaker, that audacious playmaker. He was doing things you're just like, wow, how is this even possible? And then I go and watch, my old white quarterback just sit in the pocket and just not doing it.
Yeah, Peyton's dope now. I lived in Indianapolis for a good number of years. like when the Super Bowl was out there.
Oh,
I mean,
damn.
Peyton built that city, and so like,
Yeah.
hey, much respect to the stationary white quarterbacks, but I'm just saying, Vic was the man.
Yeah, nah, I hear you. That's the great thing about that's what I like about football is that no matter who you are, what you do, or what you've done, or what walk of life you're from, you have the potential to be a big part of a team, a collective, and for the NFL, an organization. And that's the coolest thing to me. It's like, yo, you can be completely two different ends of the spectrum, but you can find yourself going against each other in the championship game. And it's cool because you never know what's gonna happen either. The thing about football in the playoffs is every game is game 7. And that's kind of what I love about NFL. And I don't really watch college football, so that's why I said NFL more specifically. That is the most, like, it's do or die. You win or you go home. It's not, oh, we had a bad game, let's bring it back in game 2 or game 3. You can't get that. And the finality of that is it makes, and you have to wait also. It's once a week. They did something right with football, dude, when it started, because it's like that episodic. It's that event you have to go see, and you have the entire week after and then leading up to the next game to build that hype. You don't have a double header. Couldn't you imagine?
It's a weekend event, like it's every week, right? Like you like waiting for the next game. So that's a good point.
Did you play football at all? I don't know, because I did.
Actually, I never did.
Really?
I played a little basketball in like early years in school, but like no, that I never played no football.
Well, and that just goes to show you though, like that's kind of why I love the NFL too, is because they do such a good job at bringing anybody in, even if you've never played football. Like you can watch this and be like, damn, these people are going crazy.
I mean, I'm more like I come from like a nerd perspective. It's like the stats and all that stuff like that, like especially like with basketball. I mean, when we get to basketball season, it's gonna be really interesting. But I used to like track the team's records like on my own. Like it was really weird, but it's just like it's a whole analytical approach. Now I kind of approach football like that too, and so that's what got me into it.
Yeah, nowadays there's so many stats that you can track to try and prove one's point, as a lot of people like to say. Oh, my team's better than yours. My quarterback's better. He's got his completion percentage is whatever. I've heard it. Yeah, I've heard it all because for me, and I know that you've said you're a Bears fan. So who's your favorite Bears quarterback? Oh,
we throw that up real quick
with the new avatar.
Shout out to Mr. J in the chat too. He slid in here as well. Shout out to you.
Shout out,
favorite Bears quarterback overall. I mean, you gotta go with the Super Bowl winning. You probably gotta go. Let's see. I don't know, because like it's not a lot of quarterbacks I'll be.
I know.
Jimmy Man won the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
So I gotta give it to him because we haven't had a lot of good quarterbacks over the year now. I'm praying for this young kid, Justin Fields. Like, just don't get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Knock on wood.
Knock on.
Just stay within yourself, and he can have a nice career, man. I'm not saying he's gonna be the greatest, but he got some wheels on him. He got an arm. It's going to be all up here for Justin Fields. So, you know what I'm saying? We spanked them 49ers week 1. So I'm going to be talking about that all year. We ain't got to win another game.
The monsoon game, dude.
Like, that's all I need was one win. Like, yo, I could brag. Like, yo, because all they could say, like, if we lose 5 straight, I'm like, yo, but we did beat the 49ers. Like, oh.
Yeah. Especially if the 49ers like start to go on a run or something and win a couple of games. Hey, we beat them. Yo, you did not expect to get that W on last Sunday. You're like, oh shit, we're winning right now.
I was telling y'all beforehand. I was like, man, we about to get spanked. I'm as honest as possible. I'm like, we was not supposed to win that game, right? But I will take that W.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Ray in the chat. Shout out to everybody coming
I
through here, man.
appreciate everyone
The good
coming through. Yeah.
countdown.
Hell yeah. This is the new spot for a Sunday. I play football. I was pretty good at it. Yeah, I imagine you were. Who else we got? Oh, Ray came through.
Ray in the
Appreciate you.
chat.
Yeah, saying
Good
hello,
vibes.
hello to everybody as always.
Jay, smash that like, y'all. Sunday, come hang out a little bit. This is the new tag team, Sundays, man.
Mhm.
God willing, whenever we could do it, it's gonna be all good.
Hopefully it's every Sunday because I make sure that I'm not doing nothing on Sunday. Well, actually, now that I say that, in a month from now, I'm not gonna be able to do it on a Sunday. But I'm gonna be back in New York, so I'm sorry if you hear my dog drinking some water right now. I'm gonna try and talk over it. Move my mic. But anyways, yeah, Skywalker, thank you for coming through. Thank you everybody for coming through. I know it's just starting, but hey, I was expecting to do my first live stream and have a 0 on the viewers, so that's cool. We got anybody in here.
I mean, you breaking like new ground, like with this, man. Doing a little sports talk, engaging with the chat. Like, this is cool, man.
Oh, dude, I appreciate you being here and just giving me a slight reminder to look at the chat when you were looking at it. But the rain did help them a little bit. But hey, that's the thing about football, man. You got to play in the elements. You got to come to play. It doesn't matter what it is.
Hey, we both was in the rain, bro. Like, what? I mean, it didn't help them. It helped us. I
don't know. Dude, all I think about when I hear the Monsoon game and I hear about that game is that dude. I don't know if you saw a video of him, but he's like standing underneath where a bunch of the water was coming down. And he had like a bag full of popcorn, and it was just going directly into it. He's just getting soaked, and the only dude in the 49ers jersey, like, just getting wrecked. But yeah, my favorite Bears quarterback before we go on to the next thing is I mean, and I don't really like the Bears by any means, but I respect them as an organization. They've been around for so long, and they you hear about the Bears defense are just so like legendary. So you got to check them out and see what it is. But Jay Cutler, dude, that's one of my favorite Bears quarterbacks, dude. Not even because of like, oh, maybe we're going to argue stats or anything like that. No, excuse me. Because of his personality. And he had like that moxie of like, I don't care, dude. I'm not going to do anything. If he could have smoked cigarettes, he probably would have, dude. Like he's like one of those quarterbacks to me.
Like as like for Bear Nation, I'll say it like this: like Jay Cutler, like he's probably one of the most talented Bears quarterbacks we ever had, and equally the most hated quarterback we ever had, because we was at the cusp of going to the Super Bowl, and this man, like, hey, I can't test people's toughness and stuff like that, but supposedly he hurt his leg in the NFC Championship game versus the Packers. So this is like our rival. You win, you go to the Super Bowl, and the Bears were winning, and he banged his knee. Hey, maybe it was really hurt, and he was on the sideline like walking around and doing all kinds of stuff. I'm just like, bro, like,
what's going on?
Was you hurt? Like, we could go to the Super Bowl, dog. And so he was really hated after that.
Oh, I can. Oh yeah, dude, like. Play with your leg falling off, dude. Nobody cares that you're
this is 1, 2, 3 check down. Like, you had the lead. Like, always, just defense will win that game, man. You bring back memories.
Dude, that's cool, man. No, I think these stories and our memories like help us get to know each other better. And this is the side of Syl and the good Austin where people haven't seen, because we don't talk about sports that often. And what's your scars from sports? Mine is the helmet catch, bro. So I'll never get over that shit. Yeah, I'll never get over that. And even worse was like the Super Bowl after that when they beat us again. Because I was a freshman in college, like watching that with a bunch of guys in a frat house, and they're all like looking at me when they got smoked at the end. I was like, oh my, how does this happen again? You know what I mean?
And
But
was it Welker that dropped the second one? I think it was
yeah, the
Welker
second one
dropped
was
the
Welker
pass.
dropping a
And
pass.
like Giselle like went off on like afterwards she was like, if you knew how to catch the ball,
Dude,
like
people talk crap about Giselle for that, but I was like, hey, I'm feeling the same way. What are you doing, Welker? What were you doing? You had no business dropping that ball. Oh
And
man.
Welker's like one of the greatest like slot receivers ever, right? Like
Yeah, he's like he's one of the greatest in the Patriots history as well.
yeah, yeah.
Crazy,
Yeah,
but
crazy
like
mojo. Yeah.
we have our own trauma when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? But so I love learning about each other, and before we move on to the next thing and keep this show rolling, I wanted to say that yes, I was a Patriots fan, but I'm not partial to an organization. I dig the players and I ride with the players, because if you watch this stuff long enough, and that's kind of why we also, I feel like, understand the business aspect of a lot of things, not just sports, but entertainment as well. Like, there's no friends in this stuff. You can see one of your favorite players that's done, an enormous amount of things for an organization get cut or get traded like off a whim. Even if they're like yo, they're not failing in any way, but boom, then they're gone. And your favorite, like I can still remember when Richard Seymour was like traded. I was like, what are we doing?
Like to
What
the
are we?
Browns or something like that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
I was like, I was so young. Yeah, business. So so I have no loyalty to any teams unless my player is on that team, and my player is Tom Brady. He's the GOAT, man. I was rocking with him when he came in for Bledsoe, and
I remember that season.
yeah, dude, it's crazy. I believe he came in. Now my memory's foggy, but it was like one of the first games he played against the Colts and just torched them.
Spanked the Colts. And Peyton was like, the new young GOAT coming up, and Brady just came out of nowhere and was like, not like, this is my era, dog. Like I was like,
yeah, dude, it was like 40 something.
And I was a Colts fan at that time. I mean, I was living out there,
right?
Again, always a Bears fan, but I was in Indy at that time, so Colts was like my B team, and I mean, they were stacked, right? Like after like 2 or 3 years of Peyton, they were stacked, running, receiving. And Brady just came out of nowhere, and like I hated that dude for the longest, and because he kept beating my B team, the Colts. Like every year he would beat the Colts, right? And then I finally respected Brady. The Peyton finally beat him, right, to get to the Super Bowl. And then I'm trying to think, when did I respect Brady?
Do I respect Brady?
do I respect Brady? I guess a little bit after the Colts finally beat him. I was just like, okay, Brady is a beast. We finally beat him. So that's
word.
That's
yeah. You couldn't.
You gotta respect his work, though, man.
That's that'll teach you a lot about yourself too, if you can like gain that respect. Like, yo, this guy ain't going anywhere. Let me give him some props. He's been doing it, and probably when you gain respect is when you saw Peyton and Brady like hug up midfield after the game, after Peyton beat Brady, and a lot of times he'll walk out on a lesser quarterback and not shake your hand.
Yeah.
If you're real bad, he'll be like, "Hey, nice to see you." Like, good try, whatever.
Right, and yeah, you saw that mutual respect, like you were saying,
yeah, dude, just dapped up, like have a good moment, like good game.
And actually, I'll say this: the year I really was like, saying Brady, I'm gonna get this man respect. It was when he beat the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. That year, okay. I was like, you know what, like. Y'all gotta get this man his props, man. Like Brady is that dude, right? Like, and I know it's like after like so many championships,
it's like the fifth or something, the fourth.
I was just like, hey, go and get that man. And then when he came back on the Falcons, I was like, y'all really can't say nothing else about Brady after coming back on the. I was like, I got nothing else to say.
Yeah, dude. Nothing else. My hands are tied. I don't know what to say. Yeah,
people on Brady still up like, hey, you just don't know football at this point. On Brady.
For real. Yeah, you don't know football enough to give him his respect that he deserves. But yeah, that's my dude, and when he came back this year, that's one of the reasons why like I told my lady like I'm gonna be free for the games because I'm gonna watch every single snap. I'm not missing a single one. There's been, he's been playing for 2 decades. I've done grown up his whole like career, like I was in high school, college, like work, I've moved and shit, like, and I've had like I've had different jobs and I've not been able to watch on Sundays. And then someone during his best performances, before you were able to like stream or anything, I'm like updating my phone on my web browser like app and trying to get the scores from Google like way back when I didn't like there wasn't no 4G. We had 3G.
right.
Like before that.
So. I barely had that. Shout out to Real Talk jumping in the chat as well. Yeah, this the good countdown. This good Sundays countdown. Is what we're doing.
We here. So before I go and switch it up and show some of these comments, let's talk about some of these week 2 games. So the first one that is on the NFL schedule is Patriots at Steelers. And I said that I was gonna have stuff pulled up, but we stayed up pretty late last night, so I did not. I was lucky to get this thumbnail done, dude.
As Bane say, they're just imagine the fire.
Yo, there's a crossover, man. You see these comics behind me? We still got comic references.
still geek talking, y'all already know.
We're gonna bring that geek shit to the sports shit. I love it, dude. Yeah, man. That's one of the games where it's 2 young guys going against each other, and it's 2 veteran coaches also going against each other.
Mm-hmm. It's more of a coaching game, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Patriots are still like first off, like I said, I'm gonna have some hot takes, so I may hurt some people's feelings if these are your favorite teams, but like both of these offenses suck, right? So like Trubisky is the reason why he got kicked to the curb from Chicago. He's not that dude. I think Mike Tomlin knows, who I respect, the coach of the Steelers. He knows Trubisky's not that dude, right? And now Mac Jones, he probably peaked in one season. So it's like, okay, it's a battle of defenses, right? And, it's literally going to come down to, is Belichick going to outcoach Tomlin or vice versa? History tells you that Belichick always outcoaches Tomlin. I mean, Tomlin is like, top 3 to me, coach. But Belichick always outmaneuvers Tomlin, and Tomlin does not have a good quarterback. So, I think the Steelers are really not a good team, in my opinion. The defense is dope, but I think Belichick, I think is going to pull out that win.
Yeah, no. And the Steelers, I don't know if they have J.J. Watt back yet. That's one of the things that we'll have coming up next week.
On the Cardinals, yeah.
No, I said T.J. Watt. For
T.J. Watt, he's out for several weeks. Got that pack, so yeah, that's going to affect their defense right there too.
He's the leader, man.
I mean, Steelers got the defense. I think they're going to make Mac Jones, still look like a rookie. That's just how he still looks, but he's still better than Trubisky. So that's what you're coming down to. You can't hide Trubisky, right? And like I said, Belichick, I know people are doubting Belichick right now, but he's going against, an inferior offense. So I think he's going to take the edge. It's going to be both teams may not even score a touchdown. All field goals.
Field goals and maybe a safety or 2, dude. Who knows?
You know what I'm saying? This game is gonna suck.
It's gonna be those like that's why Red Zone exists, dude. Because if all you had was to watch that, you'd be like, yo, what the this sucks. Like NFL sucks, man. Like this is the game that got on. But yeah, I think like you said, it's gonna be a battle of the coaches. It's gonna come down to I think special teams too, who's a little more polished at this time in the year, week 2 on special teams. You said it too. For me, top 3, maybe active. I don't know all the time because I don't know the list all the time. Mike Tomlin, yeah. He's never had a losing season. Never had a losing season.
He's still going to figure out to win like 8 games or whatever this year. Like he does this every year.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I think his kryptonite is Belichick. Like it just seems his whole career Belichick finds a way to beat him. So yeah,
he's got that kryptonite like you said. And I looked for a gif of a famous Gronk moment to me when he catches a touchdown on like a small cornerback and he just laughs at the guy. That was in Pittsburgh, dude. I
They
was
had
like,
some battles.
oh man, yeah. But so that's gonna be an interesting game. Who knows? Whoever the quarterback, plays, which one ever plays better, decides to play better if they get some
All right.
offense going, or a defensive turnover and maybe a special teams
All
like
field goals.
yeah, all field goals, dude. And who knows? Might be a block punt or something. You never know.
Special teams. Yeah.
That'll be the most exciting part of that game, probably. But so who do you got? You said you got Patriots for that one?
I think Patriots gonna win. Yeah, Belichick, he's gonna find a way to beat Tomlin. Yeah.
Yeah. Me too as well. And I can't have all the old Patriots stuff that I have in my room and not pick the Patriots. I do respect Belichick, but he's kind of a dick. So, anyways, moving on. The next game is Panthers at the Giants. The boys from Carolina get to go up and see the autumn in New Jersey, because we all know that's not actually New York, and they get to face off each other. Do you think that Baker is going to have a bounce back game? He almost won that one against the Browns.
Yeah. Well, you look at these two teams, Panthers, Giants. Baker is a better quarterback than Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. But Giants does have the defense, and then Saquon was beasting last week. So I'm like, I don't know. I think Saquon's going, they're at home. I think it's in New York. So I think the Giants is going to kind of run this with defense and running the ball. Baker's going to make a mistake. He does this every game, right? He's, but he's going to make a mistake. I think it's gonna be a close game. I'm gonna give it to the Giants because the Panthers, they still rebuilding. They ain't really ready to do anything. And the Giants defense is for real. I mean, they stuffed Derrick Henry. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know Tannehill ain't really that much, but they beat the Titans last week, right? So I think the Giants are gonna take this off of defense. And I think Saquon, man, like, I wish I had him on my fantasy team. Like, I think he's gonna beast this year, man.
He's ready, dude. He had a whole an extra off season when he got injured and stuff, and a lot of times somehow these guys are coming back off of injuries, major ones, like almost better.
There's some drugs here. That's all it is.
If you think I'm not clipping that and having that in the drop,
that's all it is.
That's some drugs, dude. That's some perfect. It's some drugs. It's some sports science. We'll call it some sports science.
NFL's a multi-billion-dollar business. They're gonna make sure the stars play, man. You gotta dope them up a little bit. That's what they do.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and I think that they take. There's so many injuries that they like. All right, what did we do here that was right? And then all these doctors, I think, kind of share their own whatever they did to get this person back, and they don't like hoard the knowledge for themselves. So like, hey, if you can do it, go ahead. But here they write their papers and they publish their papers and all that. And so I think that's why they come back faster. I mean, Chris Godwin just came back and looked like crazy. He definitely shouldn't have caught that ball. That's what I'm saying. Tom Brady threw it too low. He shouldn't have caught it, but he's just so good. He's like, oh, let me snag that. Oh, hammy.
Yeah, and to be fair, sports medicine has advanced. I
hear you.
Drugs,
but
they
are.
Yeah, it is advanced. Doctors are getting better, and people are taking care of their bodies better and stuff like that. So, like you said, Godwin. I mean, I knew something was up when Adrian Peterson back in the day when he came back after destroying his knee. And won I think he won the MVP the next season.
Yeah, exactly.
2,000 yards, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, he's a beast, but sports medicine has advanced too. So.
For sure, but that's hilarious. Like whenever now for this show, whenever I'm like, man, that's crazy how they got back so fast. How I did it's some drugs. Like I'm gonna drop that, dude. I'm dropping that.
It's really the drugs. Yeah.
That tore it all, dude. That tore it all. Our homie Pilly, Mr. West Ashley, said to remember our picks. We'll check our records. Hopefully it's not terrible. Hopefully it's not terrible. I pick I'm gonna roll with the Giants too, just because they're at home. I'm not a big Giants fan by any means, obviously. And like you said, I think the Panthers need a couple more weeks to kind of get in their groove. But I would be pleasantly surprised to see the Panthers win. because I do want a more of a competitive NFC South, and I don't want the Buccaneers to just roll over. Which like we're gonna leave the next game, the NFC South game this week, a little bit later because that's a marquee matchup, and we gotta keep rolling through here because soon we're gonna be over on Syl's Twitch. So
around 12:30, maybe a little later. It's okay.
So you got the Giants, I got the Giants. We're not gonna pick the same every time, I promise you guys.
I don't think we will.
The next game is Jets at Browns in Cleveland. Jets fucking suck, let's be honest.
That's some hurt feelings watching the good countdown. So keep it real.
Sorry.
You Jets fans.
I can't roll with all the New York teams, bro. I can't roll with all of them. And I don't really pay attention to the Jets, to be honest, because they're not great. They're not a great organization. A lot of like careers go there to die or end up coaching at the Nick Saban show afterwards.
Right.
But I'm gonna go with the Browns. I like Jacoby Brissett, whatever you want to call him. Brisket. He played and filled in for Brady when he got that bogus 4-game suspension. So whenever he has a start, I'm gonna roll with him, even if he makes a dumb move. I still remember though Jacoby like diving for a touchdown late in the game. Like, yo, this is crazy. This dude's crazy for doing that. So he's got that. He wants to win, man. And against the Jets, man, like just take care of the ball, Jacoby, and give me a this pick.
Yeah. I'm with you. I mean, the Jets suck. I'm just gonna reiterate that. Like they always suck, right? The Browns, have a really good defense. You got Brissett filling in basically. Everybody's waiting for Deshaun Watson, right, to make his debut. I think week 11.
Keep waiting.
It's gonna be dope, right? And all they gotta do is kind of hold water, right? Kind of stay steady. Then Deshaun's gonna come and finish the season. So that's gonna be dope to see. But this game here, I think another low-scoring game. I mean, I know you got love for Brissett, but I think he's a terrible quarterback too. This is going to be all about Myles Garrett getting like 5 sacks today on the Jets and breaking. I think he's going to break the Browns like sack record. So I think Myles Garrett is going to. Their defensive line is nuts. You got Myles Garrett and you got Jadeveon Clowney on the other side. This Browns defense is nuts. They're going to get, like I said, like 5 sacks today. So, and Myles Garrett may get all 5 of them. So, yeah, Browns. My pick is the Browns.
Okay, yeah, dude. They might have to bring out the backup quarterback for the Jets because they might get walloped today, especially in Cleveland, the dog pond. It's gonna be rocking, man.
Myles Garrett's gonna eat.
Yeah, and we don't need to spend much time on that game because no one's gonna be watching it anyways. Besides people in Cleveland, The next game is a division rivalry, so to speak, and you can call it a rivalry because this team, who you wouldn't expect, has had this other team's number, and it's Colts versus at the Jaguars down in Duval, where it's hot. I'm telling you right now, if you're in Indy and you come to Florida, you're gonna step out that plane and be like, oh, like you can't train for this shit, dude. This humidity down here, it's like a layer of air that just pushes down on you. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's a closer game than we think. But I'm going to rock with Matt Ryan over Trevor Lawrence. And I haven't really, seen much from the Jaguars since they beat the Colts last time. And it's going to be a little bit of like a revenge game. So put that up on the scoreboard. Matt Ryan over Trevor Lawrence for sure.
Oh, this is my first upset special here. I'm actually going with the Jaguars because the Colts is reeling after somehow tying with the Texans. And then you got to check the injury report, Austin. The Colts defense a little banged up. Leonard, their star linebacker, he's out. They got people banged up. I think some backup running backs and stuff like that. Matt Ryan still getting kind of used to, the pace of this Colts team. I mean, Jonathan Taylor is that dude, right? Like, again, I used to really follow the Colts back in the day. And so I like their style, but I think they're a little banged up, a little kind of like reeling. after that Texas game. And I think Trevor Lawrence gonna get that W. So I'm saying Jaguars this game.
Okay, you're gonna see the mascot sliding down the slide in the stadium. Did you see there's a video of a reporter who went down that thing and got whacked off the wall. You know, there's a lot of videos I gotta get and pull up so I can have for reference, because there's some funny shit that goes on in the NFL world. Especially to these reporters who ask dumb questions or do dumb stuff for like a local news station. It's like, yo, what is he doing? But yeah, that's a good pick. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if the Jags take it. But I gotta rock with the Colts because I'm hoping week 2 they won't get caught with their pants down. But who knows? It is Frank Reich coaching that team, and no shade on him, but he hasn't really been consistent over these last couple of years. Had a really great team. You know, Jonathan Taylor is kind of just the one who carried him. And, Hines as well. You know.
The Colts they've been a really solid team, and they may just be a quarterback away. You know, just like I just think that's probably the case. I mean, right now they feel like this 500 team, and so this is a game they could lose. You know, on the road in the Jaguars. Yeah.
It could. The next one is very interesting game. If you like to see like the young talent,
yes.
Dolphins versus the Ravens. I'm gonna let you go first on this one. Who you got?
This is gonna be a fun game, right? I think on the red zone they're gonna show a lot of drives. From this game, you know, you got Tua, got his reloaded offense, right? He's feeling good. You got Lamar, like him against the world. Now, again, you gotta look at the injury report. The secondary, the Ravens is a little banged up right now. I think Tua, this is a statement game for the Dolphins, and this may be an upset to some people, but I'm picking the Dolphins actually to go in there and give Lamar that L.
Ooh, okay. I like that, man. And then we got Real Talk. He's real excited about that pick because he's a Dolphins guy. I found out in the chat.
It's gonna be a statement game. Everyone's gonna be talking about this. Yeah,
that's gonna be crazy. That's why one of the things I guess I left out when we were talking about why you like the NFL is I like the drama aside from just the game, like the action. Like it gives you the storyline for the week. So when you go watch the movie, you understand the characters in a sense, if you want to like nerd out about it. But like that's the show is on the weekend every week, and you get a new storyline every week. And it's real life. It's not just fucking, it's not fake. It's like, yo, this shit's happening. These people are getting paid for all this. And they're going out there putting their lives on the line, so to speak. You can get injured at any point in time. Like you're not gonna just come back from a game unscathed. So this is one of the things that I like is these young quarterbacks going against each other. Lamar, not really playing for a contract, but he is playing to show people that he is that dude. Because I think he is that dude.
Oh yeah.
Lamar from Miami, he's gonna play because he wants to go back.
It may happen.
Yeah, I saw something that he mentioned that the Buccaneers would be the best landing spot, and if Brady decides to retire after this year, that would be crazy because a lot of their people are contracted for just a couple more years besides this one, so that would be cool. But I'm gonna go with Lamar on this one. I wouldn't be surprised if Tua. That's why I can't bet on this shit, dude, because my heart is not with any teams.
This is a game I wouldn't touch. Yeah, I would not touch this game as a bet.
No. And I think that they could be. If you're, I don't know, we gotta check the lines too, so we can talk about like upsets because I don't have that in front of me, but for next week, this is just notes for next week when I'm rewatching this. That's what. I think if it's an upset, it could happen with Miami. They have a great offense, as we've seen. More time, more playing experience, more time to look at the film from last week. I think they could dial that up a little bit more. But I'm never gonna say the Ravens defense is any slouch because they usually bring it, especially in Baltimore. That place will be rocking as it usually is, especially week 2, and they know that Miami's going to be coming in thinking that they're all flashy and do whatever they want. Who knows? Who knows if that happens? I'll be delightfully surprised because I like seeing a high-scoring game, but I think that Lamar is going to be like, hey, Tua, it's not your time yet. It's still my time. I'm still the MVP, and he
Mm-hmm.
might go. I think he's gonna go lights out.
I think if the Ravens do win, because again my pick is the Dolphins. I'm not
Mm.
changing, but if the Ravens do win, I think Lamar may just beast out, with like close to 100 yards rushing, over 200 passing. Like I could see that happening,
Yeah,
but I don't see the Ravens defense stopping the Dolphins. That's
yeah,
that's
the
the problem
Dolphins.
that I have with the Ravens right now. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. And the thing about the NFL and talking about the NFL is like shit can go completely different. And when it does, you could be watching and be like, you know what? I should have saw this coming, but you did it.
It's still
uh,
exciting though, to see
it's
those
still
turns.
exciting.
So,
Yeah, and
yeah.
that's one of the storylines to watch if you're not really like crazy into football, but you might be watching this. Like we'll tell you about the storylines, and that's one to
Mm-hmm.
to to just take note of and be like, oh, how's that game going? What's going on there? So
Mm-hmm.
moving on, I picked the Ravens. You picked the Dolphins.
Yes.
We'll see. Right now we got four. I think we're 5 games in, but the
Yep.
next game on the list, I'm gonna be watching solely, no other games.
Got it on a separate
Buccaneers.
window.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, I'm not even gonna have red zone up, dude. It's just gonna be
Yeah,
this
I'll
game.
have that up for you. Yeah, I'll have that up for
Yeah, I'll be watching your stream on the separate window, homie.
So I already know who
um,
you picking with this, right?
yeah.
Buccaneers,
You already
Ravens.
know. I gotta go with the boys, the
Mm.
Buccaneers, dude. I think that they're sick of hearing this narrative. A lot of people already picked the Saints to win like outright. Oh, they got Brady's number. They got Brady's number. And all I hear in my head whenever I hear that is the A675-309, like the part in that song is, I got it. I got it. Like that's all you got Tom Brady's number on the wall, Saints? I don't think so. This isn't Drew Brees. This isn't Sean Payton. It's a different little head of the team. The tenacity of Sean Payton, the leadership of Sean Payton is gone. Yeah, they still have his schemes. They still have some of the
Mhm.
coaches, but I think that uh, instead of eating W's, Jameis Winston is going to eat a couple L's. Because the one thing that isn't being talked about enough
Mhm.
here is the Tampa Bay defense. Yeah, they didn't like they. I guess Dak Prescott didn't look great, before he got injured. Why was that? It wasn't just because they were down an offensive lineman. It was because the defense for the Buccaneers was clicking. They were killing it. You didn't see some of the players that they have on defense because Todd Bowles said we didn't need to. What we were doing was working. They didn't need to bring any
Mhm.
extra like formations in. They were killing the Cowboys with what they had. And I think that the Saints will be going to be surprised with this. A lot of people will. They're not given. I've heard this all week from commentary that the Saints got the Buccaneers number, got Tom Brady's number. I'm like, well, I don't know if you know this, but the defense has played against Jameis Winston for many, many years in practice
All right.
before this game. You know, so
Interesting.
I think that's going to be a surprise for a lot of people in this game. Couple of sacks, couple of interceptions, and Jameis, instead of eating that W, is going to be eating an L instead.
So I know the good Austin. You picking with your heart. I
Oh, I
know.
hear
I'm
you.
I'm
I hear you.
I'm gonna paraphrase the great poet Nazir Jones, Nas, where there's a couple things you shouldn't bet against. You shouldn't bet against time. Um, you shouldn't bet against the internet winning, and you should not bet against the Saints playing against Brady. Like the Saints has
That's fair.
Brady's numbers, bro. And check that injury report. Check that injury report again. Who was Brady going to throw to in this game? Like everyone's hurt. Like everyone is hurt. Like and this happens every time he plays the Saints. The Saint, it's some mojo. It's something going on
Some
down there
voodoo.
with that gumbo, right?
Yeah.
But but somehow the Saints is gonna win this game, man. I'm sorry. They survived.
I wouldn't I wouldn't be surprised if that does happen because like you said they got his number. But I gotta go real talk. I think the Bucks got it. I think that Tom Brady's sick of hearing that narrative.
Right,
But
right.
as far as the injury report goes, like there's a lot of
Mhm.
old receivers on the team, so they gave them time off. Like they were hurt. This is the type of thing where like they don't really need to practice. They've been playing for. What are they gonna do? It's week 2. Like they're not gonna install some new formation or anything like that. Whatever they've been doing since training camp is gonna be the same shit. Just watch film and like make sure you're available for Sunday. I haven't checked out the injury report today, which would be interesting to see. But I believe that Mike Evans, Julio will be out there. Godwin's not going to play, but I believe that Russell Gage will also be out there. Then they have Rashad Perriman, but I don't think they're going to focus more this week on Scotty Miller and Darden. I forget what his first name is. But they're gonna have people to throw to. Rashad White out of the backfield. And I think that they're gonna surprise you with some things. That's what Tom Brady does, man. But like I said, we'll see. This is going to be an interesting game because
we'll see the updates on the injury report. Because if Julio can go, because he looked good last week, Julio Jones, it's good to see these OG receivers like still kicking, right? And like so, Julio looks good, and if he plays, I mean, obviously you can never say, "Oh, Brady just can't win." It's just like Apili was saying, it's that voodoo down there in New Orleans, man. Dude. Like that's just what it is, bro. That's what it is. So we'll see.
Like I said before, though, this is one of those things. I could be watching the first quarter of the game and being like, "Yeah, I should have seen this coming." Like it might be one of those.
It's gonna be an ugly. It's always an ugly game when they play against each other.
Division.
So it's just I don't expect any fireworks. I mean, Brady's gonna try to do his thing, but it's something with the Saints, man. It's just something in the air.
With the Saints, dude. It's that swamp down there. It's a different type of swamp than we're used to down in Tampa, dude. But they got to stop Tampa running game. Yeah, Lenny, he was hurt too on the injury report, but I think again that's just one of those things where just take the week off. Like make sure you're ready for Sunday. It's only week 2, and it's a division game. Like just chill. But anyways, moving on. So I got Bucks, you got Saints. That's gonna be an interesting one as well. I got to ride with my boy Brady though.
I feel you.
I think this is the last on the slate for week 1 for 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. One of the last ones, and this one could be interesting as well. This whole 1 o'clock slate is pretty good. Besides the Browns and Jets, you could have flex that one out of there, but I guess you need to put it on. So this game is Commanders versus the Lions. I believe that the Commanders gonna win it. I watch I watch Pat McAfee show pretty religiously, and he had a clip of like a little segment called Big Brain Football, and they showed a little snippet of the Commanders, one of the wide receivers, McLaurin, I believe his name was.
Oh, yeah, Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, he was all game. He was telling everybody on the sidelines, his all teammates, and he was recognizing it, that the other team was playing lazy cover too. And it just cut the hit clips of him like, man, these boys are lazy. The boys are being lazy back here in this cover two. The boys are being lazy. And when they needed it on a 4th down at the end of the game, that's when they took that opportunity and they threw a dart like on cover 2 for a touchdown to him. And that's big brain as a player. That's big brain football. So I think they got some smart players out there that can help Carson Wentz actually pull some stuff off. And it is in Detroit, but I mean, I don't know if I'll ever go into a game and pick Detroit.
I never thought I would too, but I'm doing it today. I'm going with the home team. The Lions. They got a good coach, man. I know their team.
I love him.
Up with everyone, right? I watched them on Hard Knocks, on HBO Max, and it's almost like, man, they kind of deserve like an early dub. The Commanders, I mean, is Wentz really that dude? Like, ain't he gonna mess up a few times?
He's gonna give you a couple for sure.
He almost gave away the game against the Jaguars the previous week. So I'm actually going with the home team only because they're at home, because I think both teams are less than average overall, like the collective parts. The Commanders got a lot of talent, but the Lions do too, right? And like I said, I'm going with the home team.
That's a smart. That's a smart decision, and I'm probably going to be kicking myself for that one later on. But I think that early in the season, it's easy to ride the high of a past win and that confidence. If you can go out and score in your first drive and keep it going, then that can run you the whole game. But yeah, it is in Detroit. They were freaking rocking loud this past game, and they almost came back. And who did they almost beat week one?
They played the Eagles, right?
The Eagles, right?
They came back and at least made it close. I was like,
Yeah,
they got some heart.
yeah. So, like I said, this could be one of those ones when I'm watching. I'm like, man, you're dumbass. You should have seen that coming. But yeah, I like MCDC Motor City Dan Campbell, the coach for the Lions. He's quite the character and quite the motivator. I think the whole city, the whole team is rocking for him. I don't even know who the Washington Commanders head coach is, so that just goes to show you like who.
Yeah, and that homeboy Rivera, I think.
Rivera's still coaching there. Okay,
but,
okay. Well,
and he's a solid coach, right?
I
just don't think he has enough talent like overall, but I mean he got some, the receiver, he's pretty good. But the Lions, man, like I said, I like the coach. He used to like a couple of draft picks that kind of hit. They give him a couple of years. I think he's gonna build something there, man. I like a good coach when you see he's all about motivating. So I'm gonna give him this home win. Yeah.
I was just thinking too, the Commanders played at home last week, so that might have been one of the reasons why they were able to get the W. But yeah, that's a solid pick. I'll probably be kicking myself. I'm probably gonna go like 2 and fucking 6.
We'll see. It's gonna be either way.
Yeah, exactly. It's 50-50 right now, and after the first quarter, it might be like 90-10. But so moving on. That was all of the 1 o'clock games. Now, let me ask you quick. Do you want to continue real quick and just speed through this 4 o'clock
we can get through because I think the 4 o'clock slate is going to go really quick because this slate, I think, is very one-sided, like the favorites. So we could finish this up. And like I said, we'll go to the Twitch. It'll be a little before 1 o'clock. We'll be over there.
Yeah, we'll try to. This is my first hosting gig, everybody. So thank you for chilling in the chat with us and hanging out. This is already a blast, and obviously, as you can see, we both have like knowledge of it, and we can correct each other and have disagreements and just chill with it and have a good time. So I think this is going to be one of my favorite things to do on a Sunday is this little pre-show and then hang out and watch the games.
It's gonna be fun.
And who knows if we have one of our teams? Well, your team is playing way later, but we'll talk about that
Sunday night.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that. So the next games in this slate, and I lost it. There we go. I think the first one for the 4 o'clock is Seahawks at the 49ers. What do you got with this, man?
49ers. You could talk about it if you want to, but we could move on.
I feel you. I'm gonna go Seahawks.
Really? Oh,
Seahawks. I liked what I saw out of Geno Smith and them getting that win. I think that was a big win for them in Seattle, and they're gonna take that energy on the road. And hey, man, the Bears beat the 49ers. They got they got whooped on by the Bears. So I honestly think the storyline for that team is gonna be where Trey Lance. Not Trey Lance. Is that who it is? Who's their quarterback?
Lance. Yeah.
I was thinking of Trey Lance and Justin Fields, who's the Bears. I always get them confused in my head. But yeah, Trey Lance for the 49ers. I think that it's going to be a bad game today, and the narrative is going to come up with like, yo, we should put Jimmy G in. There's a reason why they re-signed Jimmy Garoppolo, and they have him back on the roster, and they didn't trade him. It's not just, to pay him. It's because they don't know what the fuck they have with Trey Lance right now. They thought he was going to be better, and it doesn't seem like he is. It doesn't seem like the growth they wanted to see is happening like it did for like someone like Patrick Mahomes. So I got the Seahawks. You got the 49ers. Next game, probably going to be an outright rout. I could be wrong, but it's the Falcons versus the Rams. What do you think, man?
Rams.
Yeah, Rams. Yeah, me too. Me too.
Talk about if you want to. Rams.
Nah. I got Rams too. I got the Rams too. Sorry to anybody who watches this and wants us to expound. If you're somebody who's like within Syl Nation and you like this and you want us to, you got to be here in the chat and you got to tell us. Yeah. So anyways, the next game, Cardinals versus the Raiders. that might be interesting to watch for the 4 o'clock games. What do you got for that?
I'm going with the Raiders. I mean, Raiders, that's been my dark horse team this year, though they got kind of slapped up against the Chargers last week. But I like Derek Carr. I think he showed a lot last year, just holding that team together. It was crazy when they fired Gruden. Like one of the receivers like killed somebody. I mean, I'm not even joking when I say that. It was
You're
a
right.
messed up season,
You're right.
right?
You're right. Yeah, dude.
And Derek Carr held together, and they made the playoffs. Right? And now the team is better. With Devontae. I mean, come on, he's gonna get like 20 targets. You fantasy people out there. And I like the passing game with him, Renfro. Darren Waller's a beast at tight end. They got a solid running back. The Cardinals have no defense. You saw what Mahomes did last week, 5 touchdowns, like it was easy. Much like the Kyler Murray, but what Jay say? Fatal. Jay-Z said, we don't believe you. You need more people. That's what Kyler Murray needs, more people, and he don't have them right now. So go with the Raiders.
Yeah, D-Hop isn't coming out of that locker room today. And I'm going with the Raiders too for all the reasons you just said. I think they have a better team than maybe anybody really sees right now. They have the people, and they started to gel. It was a tough week 1 game, but this is the bounce back game for the Raiders. Yeah. And they're at home in Las Vegas. That place is going to be popping. I've heard a lot that's one of the coolest stadiums, new stadiums. So we gotta one of these days we take a Las Vegas trip. I know that Skywalker's been telling us we need to do that. That would be sick
to a Raiders game, right?
Yeah, that'd be sick.
This is a bounce back game, like you said. They played a division opponent. week 1. That's always a wild card type week. Like it can go either way. And division. This week is a get right week for the Raiders. It's gonna be interesting. I like that division just real quick. You got the Chiefs, dude. Chargers, Raiders, Broncos. Like literally all the teams think they can make the playoffs, right? Mm-hmm. I like that division.
Yeah, that's one of the. I think that's probably the toughest division in the AFC.
Yeah,
if not
overall,
if not the league, collectively, because that's like one of like the hardest fucking. You don't have an off week in a division week, You're not playing the Jets that week. You know what I'm saying?
Something like the division games, like it was the AFC West. It almost like counts like 1.5 or double. Like it's like when you win a division game.
Yeah,
that's why that Chargers Chiefs game, Thursday night, this past Thursday, was huge. It's every game is going to be huge in that division. Yeah.
And what Billy said, yeah, we'll go there for that too, but mainly because that stadium is lit, and we're gonna have a good time together and all get together, all the homies in the cool table and Syl and Mikey. But I did want to say, I think that somebody, it was Real Talk. He said that Mikey's not gonna be happy with your Seahawks pick. You're right. You're right.
He know they stole that win against the Broncos. Mikey know.
He know. So that's the Cardinals Raiders is the first game for the 425 games. The next game for that is Texans versus Broncos. Not a divisional game, but it is a Southwest matchup. If you want to look at it that way, just over the hills and kind of across the way, you go over there. What do you have for this?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the theme of this 4 o'clock window is to get right? These get right teams. I think the Broncos, it was an emotional game, right? Russ back in Denver. Pete Carroll act like he won a national championship, beating Russ. Like, on the sideline. Pete Carroll, it's like shove it, dude. But I think Russ and like his coach, they got to get on the same page, and this is a get right week. They're gonna put it on the Texans. So the Broncos for the win.
Yep, I think we're gonna be agreeing on this one. Me, you, Necron, Pilly. It's gonna be the Broncos here, and they're at home. They were on the road last week in Seattle. That's a very hard fought game against the 12s there in the crowd. And I think that it's a different thing too when you go into that altitude there. Going from Texas to Denver, that's in the Mile High. That's gonna be. It's not something that you're ready for week 2, I don't think. So that's going to catch the Texans by storm.
On the flip side, like you said, going to Denver and the Mile High, that's a real thing too. So Like they're gonna use it to their advantage too. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's the old get right game. Broncos take that. Next game on the slate, last game for the 4 o'clock windows, might be interesting. Probably going to be a huge rout. The Bengals versus the Cowboys. Yeah. Yeah.
My fault, man.
You're good. I set you up for that.
I wasn't looking at the list. I was like, what is he talking about? They're like, the Cowboys.
I set you up for that, bro. I set you up for that. Yeah, dude. I got the Bengals for that, obviously. Cowboys.
What we say theme for this late window, the get right game, right? The Bengals should have won, even though they played terrible against the Steelers. They still should have won. Burrow, y'all know Joe Burrow's that dude. Y'all know Cowboys is not that team. So Bengals, it's gonna get ugly. Yeah. I think it's gonna be like a 3 touchdown or more win. Cooper Rush is gonna look like Cooper Rush. Like, come on, it's get right. It's get right week. Bengals got that.
Yeah, that's an easy one. Sorry, everybody in Jerry World.
Like Necron said, get him on the Zeke.
Oh yeah, okay. Dude. Yeah,
okay, let's get him the ball.
What are they gonna do, dude? Where is he gonna run into the back of his offensive lineman?
Let's give Zeke the ball.
Oh my god, dude!
I love the passion. I know it's the heart. I know.
Yeah.
I get it.
Zeke, somebody on the like, yeah, everyone's saying, Zeke, feed Zeke. Zeke needs to eat. Like, Zeke got acid reflux, dude. Like, he's
like 4 years ago. You should have fed like that's over.
Way too much, bro. That's what happens when you eat.
He's not eating no more.
Yeah, that's what happens when you eat salad bowls size cereal bowls, dude.
Come on, bro.
Oh man. Necron's gonna ride with your team, dude. Hopefully they can get Troy Aikman out in the field to play quarterback for them. Because if not, they are not going to win that game.
Man. Troy Aikman's not walking through that door. Okay.
Sorry, bro. So Batman is getting ahead of us here for the late games. And I'm just gonna let you go off with this one. What do you think is gonna happen? This is Bears in Lambeau against the Packers.
I try to be as consistent as possible, y'all. And I can't pick with my heart with this, right? Like I picked against the team last week with the 49ers. What's the theme? Get right. I think the Broncos is going to destroy my Bears, right? And it's like, I'm sorry, Bear Nation, Bears, you know what I'm saying? Bear down. But we about to get bared down at Packers. It will take a miracle like another monsoon to beat Aaron Rodgers. Hey, it may happen, right? But the Packers is get right week, y'all. I got my W last week. I'm good.
You can ride that W off for the rest of the season, bro.
I'm sorry, Bears Nation, but I can't pick with my heart, man. Come on now. Aaron Rodgers is pissed, and the Bears coming to town. He's like, "Yeah, get right,
get right, dudes, get right." Well, real talk. We'll leave this for another day. We'll leave this conversation for another day. I thought, hey man, back when the first dynasty happened, that's when the Patriots were America's team. Let's be honest. But I'm gonna keep it moving after that. Keep it moving after that comment. Shit, put Irvin out there. Yeah, dude. For real.
Michael Irvin's not walking through that door.
Dude, you guys would like Tony Romo, obviously. Like, give us something. Give us T.O. T.O. might walk through the door. He could do something for you, though.
He still could do something. People picking Bears.
Hey, man.
I would, like, if I really believed it, I would have picked it.
You got to go with your brain there.
Monsoon, yeah. We pray for monsoon. Every game, Bears.
Man's praying to fucking Poseidon over here. Like, give us a fucking hurricane in the middle of America. Oh, shit. That's hilarious. Yeah, I'm going with you on that pick as well. Rodgers is coming back. He's gonna go off this game. I don't know if y'all forgot, but last time Rodgers played the Bears. He literally told the city of Chicago that he owned them. And that's
Oh, I hate that
hilarious.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite comment about that was Brady the week. I was like, oh no, I guess Rodgers bought some shares in the Bears franchise or something because apparently he owns them. And I was like, yeah.
It has felt like that. I just as a
Yeah, dude.
Bears fan, we got him like once or twice in like 10 years, it feels like. And yeah, I can't pick against him today. Like I can't.
Yeah. Hey, Necron, while we have you here and Pilly here, is Jerry buying his own stuff to conflate the sales? I don't. Oh, we'll keep it. We'll keep it moving. We'll keep it moving.
Just saying. Funny.
So the cool thing about this week, this Monday night, week 2 games. We got first at 7:15, and I'm sure it says 7:15, but it'll probably start at 8, or maybe they're actually started at 7:15 because this has happened the last couple of night games. They'll give you like, oh, we started at 15, and then I pull up the game at 8:15, and they're just starting. I'm like, yeah, you guys got me to watch the countdown, you mother effers.
Right.
So I think this game is going to be Titans at the Bills. Bills take it.
Bills, like Josh Allen is my MVP pick. The Bills, they still got to prove they could beat the Chiefs in the playoffs, but that's a popular pick. I mean, you're talking about a complete team. You got Von Miller, on the defensive side. I mean, Josh Allen is that dude, right? Like, I mean, I always say, like, as far as quarterback talent, I know people like Mahomes and Herbert and all these people, but I always think the two like most electric quarterbacks right now is Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. And so I love when I could catch them playing at any time. But I always get that slight edge of Josh Allen. He's just a big dude, almost like Dante Culpepper back in the day. He's like big like that, but he's more athletic.
Oh yeah,
Dante Culpepper. Right?
Swift.
I got to go with the Bills. I think the Titans are kind of waning right now. You Titans fans, I don't think they're that team anymore to really, be taken seriously. So Bills. I think this is gonna be a good game. But I think the Bills got it.
Yeah, for sure. For all of the reasons above, they're in Bills Mafia out there in Buffalo.
They're gonna be rocking. Ooh, they're gonna be rocking there, man.
Night game Monday night, dude. Yeah. Everybody who's in Bills Mafia took Tuesday off because they're gonna be fucking hurting after Monday night. They're gonna go crazy. There's gonna be dildos on the field. A quick little. Yeah, dude. A little storyline for this. Stephon Diggs, that's his name, right? Yeah, for the I always get
the Bills.
Avon and Stephon. Yeah, Stephon, the wide receiver for the Bills. He was challenged by Pat McAfee because he'll take a ball and he'll punt it into the air sometimes for a celebration. And he was challenged by Pat McAfee, an old punter for the Colts, to punt the ball and if he makes it up into like the upper deck. He'll donate $25,000 to whatever charity Stephon wants. So be on the lookout for that to happen. And if it does, it'd be like, oh shit, now he owes $25,000.
And are the Bills going to punt? I mean, and like I said, obviously I know Bills ain't my team. It's just I gotta recognize, right? Like the Bills, have they punted like since the playoffs? Like I don't know. Like
the only punch you're gonna see are gonna be from Stephon Diggs when he's in the end zone celebrating. So yeah, I gotta go with you there on that. Not a huge Bills fan myself, but I love that organization because to me it feels like more of a that whole entire city rocks with the Bills, and it's like Bills are nothing. Like don't tell us nothing.
I think Josh Allen's on a mission too. It's like I said, I mean that's my MVP pick. So I'm thinking every week he's gonna update his resume and drop some more stats. So. Yeah, I think. I mean, it's just something about him. Like it's just like the year when Lamar went crazy. Like I think Josh Allen's about to do that. It's gonna be special to see.
Yeah, it could be. Who knows? Could be an MVP type season that we see, and he's been putting the work in for that. And one of the things I love about Josh Allen, he's that fire he does have. We maybe didn't really see it a lot because I think he's the type of person that he's not gonna talk crap or celebrate in your face unless he's actually proven to do something worthwhile. Like he's not going to talk crap if he didn't show it on the field already. And he scored that touchdown with Diggs against I believe it was Diggs against Jalen Ramsey. Jalen
Yeah,
Ramsey, the one who
ooh,
he went down the field, he
burnt
just
him,
like right in the
burnt him.
dude.
Yeah,
Right after that, Josh Allen went right down and just like yelled in his face, like, "Yeah, what's
I
good,
like
dude?"
the swag. Like I like
Yeah.
the swag of the team, and like you said, he crossed up Jalen Ramsey, I'm like, yeah, they got something going here with the Bills, man. Yeah, they
I
got
think
something going.
it might be a blowout and good for us because there's going to be 2 games on Monday. So if we need to, we can
Yes.
switch over to the final game in our show. And thank you everybody for coming through. The final game is Vikings versus the Eagles. Could be a really good game. 2
Yes.
teams that have been look good in week 1. Vikings are showing that, they might be a team this year. They do have the firepower. If Kirk Cousins can make good decisions and not get tackled and lose the football and fumble it, and they can take care of the turnovers, I think that the Vikings might win this game against the Eagles. What do you think, man?
This is going to be a really good game. This is really going to be a really good game to end off, this week of games. I like both teams. Like, I'm kind of prefacing all this for a reason, but it's like, because I think the Eagles is going to win that division. I mean, even before Dak got hurt, I think the Eagles was
Oh
the
yeah.
better team in that division. I'm a fan of Jalen Hurts. They loaded up, saying the offense. And so all that's good, right? All that's good, what we're seeing. Don't they got A.J. Brown, too? Ain't they the team that
Yes.
got A.J.?
They have a good team.
And then you got a Smith on the other side, the
Yeah.
rookie sensation from last year. But the weakness of the Eagles is that secondary.
Yep.
And the strength of the Vikings, man. Did y'all see Justin Jefferson? Like this dude,
Yeah.
like and then you can't forget Dalvin Cook. I know Kirk Cousins, isn't like tier A quarterback, but I think he's gonna dot up this Eagles secondary. It's gonna be a high scoring game. People forget Adam Thielen's on the other side too, so it's gonna be a fun game. My official pick will be the Vikings, but I'm just going to enjoy a shootout with this
Yeah.
game.
I gotta agree with you on that as well. I think like you said, like no shade on Kirk Cousins. I just, have been watching Tom Brady my entire NFL uh fandom. So I've been seeing the inconsistencies at some points, but also at times Kirk Cousins can go the hell off. And if I die, I die. Kirk Cousins. I think he, like you said, is going to show Tua something. A Tua, who's
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, man. All the new guys, I'm like, man, I keep forgetting. Jalen Hurts, I think, yeah, he's been playing great, and they had a good week 1, but they're not going to be able to score enough points. I think the Vikings defense might, have something to say about this week, and that might come down to them. It might come down to them beating some more stops, because I don't think the Eagles defense has it right now against this Vikings. Justin Jefferson, and also Adam Thielen is still there too, man. Don't forget about him. Don't forget
They
about
still
him.
got a running game. I mean, like I said, the Vikings. I know people are like, well, the Vikings. They kind of wane away every year or two, but it was something special. That first week against a division game against the Packers, and they dotted up the Packers secondary, which I know is better than the Eagles secondary. So if he's getting loose against them, like Justin Jefferson, like he's putting up like old school like Julio Jones numbers. Like this is, if y'all haven't seen this brother play, like that's
He's
like my favorite receiver to watch. Like, there's a few receivers I watch, and I'll probably highlight that next week. But that's one of them dudes. Like I said, like my running back to watch is Saquon, quarterback to watch Josh Allen, receiver to watch Justin Jefferson. Dude is special. Yeah,
dude is special, and he might have one of those years. So this is yeah, definitely a highlight. Keep your eye on Justin Jefferson, especially tomorrow night at 8:30 in
yes.
Philadelphia. So the last thing I gotta pull up, and I gotta kind of put you on the spot here. Are we calling this the Cafe Zone, dog? What are we calling it?
Cafe Zone. Yeah, Cafe Zone. Yeah. I be throwing stuff out there. Cafe Zone on Twitch. We're gonna definitely be peeking in about 7 minutes. I'll be going live over there, and we're really gonna keep an eye. I'll be real honest for this 1 o'clock window. I mean, we're gonna have our commentary, obviously, about different games. Austin's gonna just be watching the Buccaneers anyway, but I'm really gonna focus more on the Dolphins, Ravens,
Okay.
and then any peek-ins with Saints and Buccaneers. You kind of watch my back a little bit on Twitch. So
I feel
I'm gonna
you.
really be peeking in, and we're gonna be talking. We're gonna be interjecting with the chat. It's gonna be fun. It's a test run, so we'll see if they pull my string. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. I think we'll have it down pat. If they take this one down, we'll figure it out anyways. Hey, you're never gonna stop us. We'll figure out a way, man. We'll figure out a way. We're gonna have that spot where we can come chill and hang out with the homies and whoever else. Maybe people we can invite people into watching the NFL because they might just like you or and our dynamic. They might just enjoy chilling anyways. So we'll give them something else to watch besides Teen Titans Go. But I gotta say thank you everybody in the chat for coming through. Necron, Real Talk, Pilly, obviously, Mr. J, Skywalker was here earlier. This is the first inaugural. I can't say that.
The good countdown. This is
countdown, dog. Good countdown, and I have to get a little background music going up here to get us sliding out of here. But you will see us soon, very soon, over on Syl's stream, in Twitch, on Twitch. The link is in the description. If you don't already follow Syl, go click that in the description. If you're watching this after the fact, come through. Make sure that you follow Syl or even sub to Syl on Twitch and put those notifications on so you know when he's going live. Because if he's on Twitch, there's some troublemaking going on. We're watching some stuff we probably shouldn't be watching that we can't on YouTube. And we're going to add you to this experience on Sunday. So thank you everybody again for coming. This song was supposed to play, but it's just loading and it ain't playing. Here we go. We got this. And it's going out, so I'm just gonna there he is.
Not bad.
Everybody coming through. We'll see you next week here with Countdown. Peace out, everybody.